everyone, please subscribe to my channel in order to automatically be entered to win this beautiful 8-foot by 4-foot quartet whiteboard that I am using here. On New Year's Eve 2021, I will be selecting the lucky winner out of all my United States subscribers via video. Details of the contest can be found at math4th.org. Remember, all the money earned from this channel goes directly to UncleSonny's.org to help the homeless. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Isabella Valentino, and today we're going to be trying to find the slope of certain different lines. So here we have the question, what is the slope of line B? We're given a graph and we're actually given two different points on the graph. So by us having these two different points, we will be able to find the slope. Okay, so when we look at the graph, actually before we do that, to find our points on a graph, you have your coordinates x, y, right? So here when we're looking at our points, if you look at the x-axis and our y-axis, to make our points, we would look across the x-axis. We see we have a 3 on the x and a -2 on the y to get this point right here. Okay, so we have 3, -2. And then over here, we have -5 on the x and 7 on the y. So that would be another point. So now to find the slope of this line, what we do is delta y over delta x. And all this means is the change in y over the change in x. So the change in y would just be y2 minus y1. y2 being the y coordinate value, one of the y coordinate values, and y1 being the other one. Same for delta x, it's just x2 minus x1. So then again, that would be one of your x values and the other would be the other one. So now knowing this, we can fill in the coordinates. It does not matter which one you choose. So I'll do it both ways, just so we can show that it works no matter which one you use. So if we do y2 minus y1 using, let's say, this y value first. We'll do this one. So again, this is our y's. So we'll use 7 minus a -2, right? Over, then we have x2 minus x1. So we look at the x's, and again, because we picked this coordinate point to use first, you have to stick with that, okay? So again, because I used this one, and this is the first value I used for the y, I would have to use this one. If I started with this coordinate value now, it would not work out correctly. So then we would have -5 minus 3. And that would come out to, we would get 7 minus a -2 would be a +9. Right, so I'll just write a plus. And then we have -5 minus 3 would be -8. Okay, so this would come out just to -9/8. So the slope of our line B would be -9/8, but just to show you guys, using this coordinate value first, just to make sure we get the same exact thing. So now, I'll erase that arrow, and we'll go about it using this one first. So again, by using y2 minus y1, we will use this for our first y value, our -2 minus 7 over, then we would use our 3 first, 3 minus our -5, and we would get, now we would get -2 minus 7 would be a -9, and 3 minus a -5 would then be 8, a +8, right? But either way, just because the signs are flipped, it comes out to the same thing, because the negative sign can be on the numerator or the denominator, and it won't make a difference. So either way, if both of these come out to negative 9/8. Okay? So the slope of our line B that we're given would be negative 9/8. So I'm going to quickly erase the board and come up with another problem for us to solve. Alright, now that I erased the board, you can see I put up a new problem. Now we have, what is the slope of line K? We have a new graph, and we can see we have a point on the x at 0 and negative 4 on the y, and then we have 4 on the x and 32 on the y. So again, just like before, the way you write coordinates would be x, comma, y. Okay? So again, like I just said, we have 0 on the x right here and negative 4 on the y. And then we have this next one of 4 on the x and 32 on the y. And just like we did before, the way to find slope would be delta y over delta x. And all that means is the difference in the two y values over the difference in the two x values. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? And again, just like in the previous problem, I'm going to be using both, right? Just to prove to you guys that it doesn't matter which one you use first. So I'll start off with this one. We have y2 minus y1, so we're going to be filling in this one for our y2. And because we're choosing this coordinate for the value of the sub 2, we need to keep with that, okay? So now for the x value, you need to fill it in for the x sub 2, okay? So that would mean we'd have 32 for our y2 minus a negative 4 over then our positive 4 minus our 0 for our x1. And this would just give us 32 minus a minus 4 is just 32 plus 4. So that would be 36. Then we'd have 4 minus 0, which is just 4. And we'd be left with 36 over 4, which is just a positive 9. Okay? So the slope of this line, of line K, would be 9. But again, just to prove to you guys, I will do this one as well, just for our y2, x2 value. So now using this one, you would have for your y2 negative 4 minus 32 for your y1 value over 0 for your x2 minus 4 for your x1. So now you would have negative 4 minus 32, which would become negative 36, over 0 minus 4, which is just a negative 4, and negative 36 divided by a negative 4, because the negatives cross out when you have 2, it would become, again, a positive 9. Okay, so you can see these two both equal each other. It doesn't matter which coordinate you use first, as long as you keep to using the same one. Like I said, when you use this one, you need to make sure when you're using the two values with the sub 2, you're using the same coordinate. Okay, so here you can see, for this example, I use this one for the y2, x2. Okay, we have the 32 and the 4, 32 and the 4. Here you can tell I use this one because we have our negative 4 and our 0. Okay, so just be very mindful with that, because if you do mess up with that, you're going to get an incorrect answer. Alright, so I'm just going to clear the board one more time and we will go over our last problem. Alright, so now I erased the board and put up a new problem. Again, it's the same exact question, just with a new graph. So now we're trying to find the slope of this line N here. So again, to find the slope, we need to find our two coordinate points. in the form of x comma y. So here we have 9 on the x and negative 4 on the y. So it would be 9 comma negative 4. And then here we have point 10 comma 10 to make this point. So again, just like in the previous problems, to find slope, it is delta y over delta x. And I think we got this down now, but it is the difference in the two y values over the difference in the two x values. Okay, again, just to prove to you guys one more time that it doesn't matter which coordinate we use, I will start off with the bottom one and then use this one after. So to start with this one, this is going to be the value for the sub 2's, and then this one would be the value for the sub 1's. Okay, so when we say y2, our y value would be 10 minus our y1 value, which would be a negative 4, over our x2 value, which would be 10, minus our x1 value of 9. Okay, so then you have 10 minus a minus 4, which is just the same as saying 10 plus 4, so that would be 14, over 10 minus 9 is just 1, so you get 14 over 1. And we know any number over the value 1 is itself, so we can just say this is 14. Right, and just to check that we did it right, again, I'll be doing the other one first, other coordinate values. So now this one, this coordinate is going to be for the value with the sub 2, and this one will be for the value with the sub 1. So now our y2 is going to be negative 4 minus our 10 for our y1. Then we would have 9 minus our 10, right, for our x1. Negative 4 minus 10 is going to be negative 14, right? And then our 9 minus 10 is going to get us a negative 1, okay? And again, when you divide by negatives, by a negative in the numerator and denominator, they can just cross out. So we're going to be left with the same as above, 14 over 1, and that would just get us 14. Okay, so either way, by using either coordinate, you will get 14. And I know I said this, but I just want to reinforce it. If we're using this one, make sure for each point, you make sure that you're using with the sub 2, okay? Or that you're using it with the sub 1. Just make sure you stick to the same coordinate when you're doing it, because you don't want to mess up. It's very easy to do that. So be very mindful of that. So hopefully that helped you guys, and thank you so much for watching.